And we're back here once again with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast, season 14, episode 15. So I hope you guys had a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And if you are watching this episode of the Cloud9 podcast on the replay after the episode has gone live, you are probably watching this episode on Friday. And if you are watching this episode on Friday, I hope you guys have a great weekend as well. Go outside with your family or your girlfriend or your wife or whoever your significant other is, and, go out, go to the movies, go to a carnival, go to a festival, do something. Don't just sit in the house all the time. If you got to go out to your local comic book shop and get some new comic books, or maybe you play, trading card games, Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, One Piece, Lorcana. I think that's the Disney one. Go out and play those, definitely go out and have some fun and enjoy your weekend. So for those of you guys know, League of Legends is going to be beginning the spring split seasons for the LEC, LTA, LCP, LPL, and LCK, and they will be beginning next week. So this Sunday coming up, there will be no Cloud9 podcast until next Thursday, because the reason why I'm taking that Sunday off is because if we don't take that Sunday off, then that means that we will literally not be getting a break until the beginning of the summer splits when they start, because once spring starts, obviously we have episodes throughout the regular season. Then we also talk about, the playoffs. Then you also have like all the lower brackets, and those have a bunch of best of fives. And then after that, you have finals. Then after that, there's like a week-ish break, kinda, and you get to be playing an MSI. MSI is double elimination, so that obviously, is gonna take some time to get done. Then after MSI, they're going straight to the EWC. So the EWC is not going to be in the middle of the summer split like it was last year. Apparently, it's going to happen at least like about 3 or 4 days after MSI. So after the teams play in Canada, they're going to just end up flying to Saudi Arabia to play in the EWC. So at least we know when the EWC is going to be this year, because last year it was literally kind of like the old way they did like IEMs and Rift Rivals, where it would just be randomly in the middle of summer and it wouldn't really have any implications and would just kind of be like this tournament that's just kind of like out of the way. So I kind of like it that it's before summer, but, how much weight will people even put on winning EWC? Because let's be honest here, it's probably going to be fucking LCK anyway, because they've literally won everything since the end of 2023. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. So hopefully you guys are doing good in your personal life. And as you guys know, later on tonight, we have an episode of the MSK Show with Lunchbox Warren. We're going to be doing a comic book review on Ultimate Wolverine #1 and a topic as well. Last Comic Fan is not going to be on Friday's show anymore. Not because we have any problems or any arguments like that. He's just working way too much with his new job. So me and him are primarily always going to have our show on Tuesday. That's when we have our show. And then me and Savage Dad's show is obviously still on Wednesday. You guys really enjoyed me and Lunchbox Warren and Savage Dad and Last Comic Fan on Wednesday show. We're probably thinking about doing it again this Wednesday coming up for you guys again, because you guys really, really enjoyed it. So it won't be any hot takes. It's just going to be us talking and chilling. Like it's basically like you get a cold one out and you just start drinking with the boys kind of feeling. But, most of the time it'll be just me and Savage Dad. But if you guys like us all together, that's fine too. We didn't have our panel show with Gray Poupe, not because we have any issues. He had a lot of life issues come up, like a lot of big ones. So we got to just go next week on that. Didn't want to have him coming on shows when his mind's just not even there currently right now. So, we have the Friday show with Lunchbox Warren, and then we have the show with BS Warren, trying to see who's going to be able to come on for Saturday, or if me and Warren could just like two-man the show. Actually, if me and Warren could just two-man the show, that's awesome. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Joining me here in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, talk about all things League of Legends is, well, someone who thinks he's good at Pokemon, Mr. Blanks.
This motherfucker right here, 4 minutes on an intro, nigga. Make that shit shorter. First of all, I'm better at Pokemon than you, bitch. And Yu-Gi-Oh!
I hope you would be. I hope.
You better at getting
Pikachu? Are you better at getting Pikachu?
Yes.
God damn. But today I went to Walmart. I went to Walmart in a while. I just grabbed some stuff. There was quite a bit of people waiting for the Scarlet and Violet 151. It was actually not a long line in the toy section because our cards were in the toy section and some are in the front. There was a good amount of people that they were already waiting there because he was going to stock them. And they're like, you got 151? I grabbed the one. I grabbed because they have a limit on one per customer. So I just got the one and then I obviously left. The Lakers, I watched all their recent games. I mean, I've been watching games for the whole season, but the recent ones I've watched, Luka Doncic, man, Austin Reeves just tearing it up recently. Good job, boys. Without LeBron James. LeBron James is like looking he's all jealous and smiling on the fucking bench with a fucking loser he is. Like, he can just see the team just doing way better without him. I love it. But yeah, so Lakers are doing pretty good right now. That's pretty much it. Eagles lost one of their, he retired. I forgot his name, but he retired from being an Eagle for a long time. So, he stuck around for 2 championships. Also, this past week was an anniversary of one of the best plays for the Eagles when that one dude swiped the ball out of Tom Brady's hand. Oh my God, still one of the best plays in super history. Fucking amazing, man. But how's life been, dude? You ain't talk to me. You hate, what did I do to you, man? I'm just trying to give you women. I'm trying to give you some loving from these women. Man?
No women yet. Hurry up.
Oh my God.
Also, I've been busy.
God, man. Emily, hey, how you doing? Laps, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Oh no, it's Mr. Blanks. Miss Sparkles, Chaz got an 8-inch dick. He has like 10 thrusts in him. He can make you have orgasms.
I got 10 thrusts a minute. What the fuck you talking about?
I was trying to give you a layup right there, man. Oh my!
I did the layup. 10 thrusts a minute. You about to get her whole shit broken.
God,
when she's done with me.
You never drink with the boys? Well, you got to. But whenever you get your streaming stuff set up, maybe you could. They showed a girl drink with the boys. I don't know.
If you see the picture of the JFK assassination, you can see blood and brain matter in the back of the seat. Like that.
Oh God, that's just disgusting. Holy crap! Oh, before we talk about Lee,
I told you because he got shot the way his brain he went flat. He had to get shot from behind or the side. Motherfucker, he couldn't get shot from the front because if you get shot from the front, you go backwards.
Yeah,
this motherfucker went back into the left. He got shot from the
just for clarification for everyone, Trump said he was going to release the JFK files, the Epstein ones. I guess we'll have to wait on those.
It's good that Trump released them because now we don't look crazy. I was like, if Trump released shit that we already knew about, now we just have confirmation.
Well, that's just confirmation. So now if someone calls you a crazy conspiracy theorist, that means they're just
CIA guess who was in Dallas in 1963 and became president? Guess who later became the CIA
oh God!
Not the administrator. The director of the CIA also became president later. George H.W. Bush was in Dallas that day. Yes, motherfuckers.
But you putting 2 and 2 together? Oh my God!
Yes, and he got shot. He got murked in the vice president's home state.
Who was that rep? That white lady? That Trump? Not Trump. Bush. One of them was the son. He had this one rep white lady, like the press secretary where they talk to the fucking media and shit. She works for MSNBC. Oh my God, jeez, that lady just straight up might be Lucius Morningstar, not the Yu-Gi-Oh card. That means the actual devil. She might literally be the devil incarnate. I think she literally eats babies. That lady is mentally deranged. Oh God, I wonder who's worse, Joy Reid or fucking that lady, because both of them look like they fucking are just devils, literally just animals. Oh my God!
Look at the pic right there. Brain matter in the damn city, niggas. We been knew this.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers.
So they confirmed it was the CIA, right?
Yes,
but who specifically? Because they said that the person that did it, they got killed.
It don't matter if
right?
CIA. We never go actually know who it was. It's CIA. No offense, CIA will kill their own people. They killed the Patsy 2 days later on live TV. They killed the motherfucker on live TV 2 days later just to let them know that Lee Harvey Oswald's gonna give a testimony. That nigga ain't never gonna make it to court. He got popped coming out of jail. They put that shit on TV. That shit's a movie. That shit is an actual movie. That movie sneaks out of the crowd, popped the nigga once in the chest, he died. Fucking right in the liver. Shot right in the goddamn liver. Blood out. Ain't that a bitch? He probably didn't even die from the gunshot. They probably just smothered him at the hospital was a pillow. Because that's what they do. You just don't die. You die from one bullet to this. Nigga, you weak ass motherfucker. How you get shot once and die? Like,
isn't that most people? To be fair, I don't know, man. A lot of people get shot once and die. Them bullets are dangerous as fuck, man.
Yeah, but it's like, come on, gut shot. Nigga, he was in the military. I don't know. Either way, motherfucker got shot once on live TV, died.
Well, but you know what's worse? Like, I don't know what happened with the Trump administration, but like, you remember how we were supposed to have the Epstein files earlier? When they did that whole phase 1 shit. Remember how they invited a bunch of influencers there? Yeah. They had the whole. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Guys, Jeffrey Epstein was a legit terrible human being.
I'm gonna tell you why the Epstein files the Epstein files gonna come out when everybody else is dead. Imagine investigating a crime that you did. Yes. Imagine you commit a crime as a law enforcement, and then you gotta solve your own crime. And you're gonna fuck up in some way where the shit don't get out. That thing about it, the people that were probably on that Epstein list are the motherfuckers that was looking to see who was on the Epstein list.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm on the Epstein list, if I'm high up in the government, wouldn't I make sure that shit don't get out, or the shit's tampered with, or that shit ain't the real list? Oh, we gonna put all celebrities on it. Shit, we already knew it. Anybody that think about it. Go back on that list and look. Anybody that was with Harvey Weinstein, with the Weinstein Company, New Line Cinema. Oh, Chris Tucker's on it. Look at Chris Tucker's movies. Look at Chris Tucker's biggest movies.
New Line Cinema was produced by Harvey Weinstein. Yeah.
Yes. Look at Chris Tucker's biggest movies. Friday, Rush Hour 2.
Yeah.
Brett Ratner directed half of Chris Tucker's movies.
He directed a lot of the successful ones, the ones that made him the highest paid actor for a while in Hollywood.
But not even that. Look at Chris Tucker's movies in the late 90s, early 2000s. Look at both of them. And look at who directed it.
Speaking of Chris Tucker, the Soska sisters compared me to a Chris Tucker character. I forgot the movie he was in. It was one he was basically looking like a drag queen. I forgot the one.
Oh, The Fifth Element.
Yes, they said I look like Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element.
Oh, first off, that's disrespectful. If they say you look like Smokey or dude, from Money
something
Talks,
popped in my head. I think I sent you this. Remember how in Friday when Craig's retarded Shaniqua, whoever she was, called him and she said, my baby cousin Tracy saw you hugged up with some trap.
Yeah,
you know, I've never noticed. I never noticed.
There's a nigga next to her,
right?
Yeah,
I never knew that. I never knew that.
I never saw that. I knew it a couple years ago and never put two together.
Whenever we watched the movie on DVD, I never noticed that, but it would make sense because she thought he was cheating because she was. It makes all sense.
Like if you look at it,
you know what the theory is? Some people said the theory is it was Smokey who was the guy next to her.
It could be, but you know what the theory that actually came true. You know who's the one that actually stole the box that got Craig fired, right?
Oh, fuck. It was the guy who got punched by Debo, right?
No, not Red. Crackhead Edel. Go back and look at the beginning of the movie. Crackhead Edel running down the street with boxes. Go back at, I
never noticed that. Yeah, it's true.
Crackhead Edel had the same
that's why the first one is the best one. That first Friday movie is so fucking funny, man. Oh my God. You guys can watch that today, tomorrow. You can watch that all year round. That shit is so fucking fire.
Go back and look at the beginning of the movie and you see Crackhead Edel running down the street with boxes. Those are the boxes that Craig was allegedly fired over. Yep. Damn. I didn't realize. I looked back at it. I was like, "Oh shit!"
That says it's much easier to control millionaires out of jail than in jail. People are afraid of squealing. That's exactly. True. Yeah, Epstein did not off himself. I don't even care if the files come out. I know he didn't off himself.
I don't think he's dead.
The thing I wanted to bring up earlier was, you know how they had these conservative influencers go and get these Epstein files phase 1, like this is some sort of like MCU. Like, first of all, this shouldn't be a PR stunt. For even if liberals did this, I'd be mad. guys, that Jeffrey Epstein guy is a piece of he's a terrible human being. This is not a fucking like we go and hire influencers to show off phase 1 of files, right? That's dumb. That's ridiculous.
You don't want to call influencers because they influence how people think and do.
Oh yeah,
they're influencers. They like most of these people get paid off. Like
it just looks so tasteless and bad. Like we shouldn't be kind of making this some sort of like movie project. This is a very serious thing. You know, some people that did some bad shit. You know,
it's all about distraction.
Yeah.
It's like you distract that from this. It was like
So
I could put
Sparkles.
I could put a baby in there.
No, I'm gonna pull it out of you when you do it. Fucking hell, man! I'm gonna just grab that shit out.
It's gonna be too late. I'm gonna shoot her right there.
Oh God! Last as well. Good night, everyone.
But it's gonna be a female.
Good night, man. If you want to appear on Saturday's show, just let me know if you're not too tired. But if not, I'll see you Tuesday, man. Have a good night, dude. Oh, jeez. So later on in this episode of the Cloud9 podcast, we're going to talk about T1. Apparently, there was just a massive T1 drama that ended up just happening less than 24 hours ago. And the reason why I generally don't make League of Legends news videos anymore is because I like when situations kind of get more developed.
This is why I love New York. This motherfucker out here got slapped the shit out of me. Apparently, this guy got caught in New York for trying to, on a kid. And this is why, like, not Fulton Street, dumb Edwards from Fulton Street will beat the hell out of you for any reason.
What to a kid? Y'all, no. I don't
he tried to, and he kind of, a kid, and one of the guys caught him, held him, and then people just coming up slapping the shit out of him.
Oh, see, God. No.
If I was there, the motherfucker would have got Superman punched in. I had one time the motherfucker trying to touch somebody. I came out of nowhere, just punched him right in the side of the face. Like, I don't punch hard. That's the thing. I just got a lot of force behind me. That he slipped, everybody just stumped. That's the one time where all the ops came together to beat that one predator in downtown Denver.
Yeah.
We stomped those brakes off his ass, and then we all ran and took the bus home. He was bleeding.
You got to go clean, or you're going to be bending over.
You got to be cleaning.
Hey, yo.
I'll clean some of yours.
Yeah, just have him eat you out and clean you up just a little bit,
I'm about
moving up and down.
I'm about to knock the break. I'm about to knock the
No, bad. You always run away the women we have here. Oh my God.
You know what? Ain't my fault she can't handle the dick.
Oh my God. She said size matters. So she needs something big and sweet.
Someone said, damn, the best picture is after JFK got popped and you see, Jackie Onassis coming out with her fat ass. Jackie Onassis.
Oh, in California.
Yeah, she had a fat ass.
You remember that story I told you about that dude who put his hands down his pants, up his ass, and then tried and fingered himself and then tried to shake people's hands? There was because there's been this Elon Musk thing recently where they hate him, they're calling him a Nazi, and they want to like destroy his Teslas. And I think Trump declared it an act of terrorism if you do that. And that in general, you shouldn't be harming people's shit. You should be vandalizing people's product. There was a fat guy who was digging in his butt, all hand up his ass to smear the window of a Tesla. I was like, that's disgusting. Weird people.
That's crazy.
All on video, digging up his ass to grab shit out of his ass crack just to smear a Tesla window because they're that mentally deranged. That's gross. That's actually just gross. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to bookmark that. Oh, I did bookmark that one. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the T1 drama in just a moment here. I'm gonna get it, but yeah, that's the reason why I dropped it for you, because I knew you wanted to see him for a while, and I basically just confirms what you already knew anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I saw that shit. I was like, man, okay, you ain't telling me that, dude.
Yeah.
The only thing that we now know is that the government ain't shit. The government. I told you that for free. I'll say the people of America. When I say I dislike America, I gotta break it down. I dislike the government of America. I'll trust any politician that is blindly loyal to this country. When I mean blindly loyal, if you don't criticize this country for its faults, you don't have to go out there and say the country's a piece of shit. It's like this country's still better than. This country is still better than about 85% of the countries in the world. Still better than about a good chunk of them. even some of the second world countries, even some of the countries that we allied with were better than. But our
this is a
government
crazy country to the point where people who hate it refuse to leave it. I'm not saying you hate it, but people will say, "I hate this place." You're like, "Go live in Saudi Arabia." Then they're like, "Why would I do that?"
First of all, my black ass will even be allowed in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, because I don't know if people know this, but Saudi Arabia is not a place you want to go be visiting ever.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Yeah, it's like, and if you do, you stay to what, Riyadh? You
might be in the grave.
No, the only city you go to is the one that you can get there by plane. If it's like, oh, I'm going to a city outside, nope. That's like when motherfuckers like, oh, I'm going to Los Angeles. You stay downtown. You stay near the airport.
Yep.
Oh, like it'd be like, oh yeah. It's like you go to Saudi Arabia, you go to that. It's like, or is it Dubai? I was like, man, you go to the desert, you fuck around, motherfucker. They might never find you again.
Okay, I have everything ready. Oh God, Joe Marsh, Jesus fucking Christ, man. Because it's such a weird situation when we talk about this, guys. Because this is why I don't like when people don't know how. It's like, damn, fuck. We gotta go over this. I know this is the hot button topic in the community currently, but don't worry, guys. I'm over here to break it down for you guys. I'm going to break it all down for you. Don't worry. And it's not that I even need to be fair, because generally the reason why people can tell I'm not biased, well, I don't really care if people know this. Bias is just our opinions, but I generally like to give a very nuanced opinion on a lot of things. But people would know within my opinion where I kind of stand, because you should just be able to tell that how I talk. K4, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? You got your Sharingan always watching? Are you Madara? I don't trust him. No, I'm just joking. He just sees everything. All right, give me one moment here. Okay, so let's start this off like this. Okay, so I don't know which part of the T1 story you guys want first, but I'll start it from we'll just talk about just this LCK 2025 Cup. We'll start there, and then we'll kind of work our way backwards, because it's a lot more recent, and I think a lot of you guys are going to understand more, So T1 came into this year with Doran, Owner, Faker, Gumayusi, and Keria. That was going to be their starting roster. Zeus ended up, for whatever reason, didn't want to be on T1, didn't like the offer they gave him, agent bullshit, whatever happened. He's not on T1 anymore. He's on Hamo Life Esports, right? So they ended up losing Zeus for whatever reason. He said, she said, but he's not there anymore. They randomly thought they weren't going to get Zeus at one point in the negotiation, because apparently Zeus ghosted them. So they ended up grabbing Doran, whom Hanwha Life let go in the offseason anyway, after they had gotten defeated by BLG. They lost to BLG at the 2024 World Championship quarterfinals, actually. That's the series they lost 3-1. Easily could have went to 5 games, but they did end up losing with Doran. Fun fact, Hanwha Life won their first ever title with Doran, which is weirdly crazy enough, right? So I will say this for T1. I think they actually played very well during winter. I think the thing that really screwed them over was the format, right? Because if you look at it, the format basically punished them for finishing first, even though if you have that kind of position in literally any competitive split ever since double elimination is at least a thing, or even past splits, that would have at least granted you a bye at the very least, or it would have at least granted you double elimination playoffs. That's it. T1 essentially got punished for finishing first, even though they had to carry their entire group. They managed to finally beat Gen.G. Well, they already beat Gen.G at Worlds last year at semifinals, so I guess they picked up where they left off at, where they beat Gen.G again. They beat Gen.G. They beat, I think, another team who've been their rival for a while as well. The only team that I think they lost to was DK. They only went 4-1. So they had a great record, and they ended up having to face Nongshim, and beating Nongshim meant that Nongshim somehow got an easier opponent to stay alive in the tournament to get to the next round, even though Nongshim went 1-4. They had a horrible match record and a game loss record too. Just absolutely fucking disgusting that there's a format that incentivizes you to just completely throw a series like that. But T1, if they had lost to Nongshim, you guys know how crazy the T1 fans are. They would have fucking started bringing out the trucks. People would have been fucking mentally deranged. You can't lose to Nongshim. You can't lose to that trash. Understandable. they actually have a really, really close series against Homo Life, but due to how the format was structured in that dog shit ass split for the LCK, Homo Life did end up overcoming them. And keep in mind, Homo Life beat every single best team in 5 games, but we at least now know that LCK has the top 4 teams in the world because, well, all 5 games, and we have Genji, T1, DK, Homo Life. Pretty sure that's your top 4. You know,
pretty much the same as last year. Pretty much it has not changed.
It's not same year. Sorry, different year, same LCK.
Yeah,
same shit. So I actually don't blame T1 for the format. I thought they were completely fine. I think Owner had a really, really great split. I think Faker had a nice comeback split after having his bad split in summer. He played good at Worlds too. So, you know, he played good overall. Gumayusi started out really rough. You could tell from his gameplay, and I'll get to him later. Keria had some off games for the first series, but he kind of picked it up later on in the series anyway. So he picked it up. But Gumayusi had uncharacteristically had some awful best of 3s. And we were like, man, this guy looks kind of rough here. But we kind of know that Gumayusi would pick it up, right? He usually kind of just picks it up later on. But this time around, he wasn't allowed to pick it up. He got subbed out with Smash it was against when they played against KT, I think actually.
Yeah,
it was against KT. They chose to sub out Gumayusi for Smash, and you didn't hear about this at all. They never said it on social media. We're like, wait, Smash is their Academy ADC. Now, people know Smash is good, but you're like, this is just really weird. It was just really weird because usually when like orgs announce they're subbing out a player, they usually announce it. T1 didn't announce anything at all. And keep in mind, having Smash there was good. It wasn't like he was a bad player. He completely was winning most laning phases. He was given resources. He knew how to carry. He was a fine player. It's definitely a player that you could have on starting on any LCK team, honestly. He's a fantastic player. But then what ended up happening is Gumayusi had this like cryptic kind of message where he basically said, yeah, I'm not going to be on the starting roster for the rest of winter. They're kind of just playing with Smash. And we come to find out it was a coaching decision that the coaches chose to bench Gumayusi for Smash. Now, Gumayusi, to me, it's a very, very good ADC. He can't really play Zeri and Kai'Sa all that well, but, you know, generally always hasn't finished below in a tournament, below, what, 4th, 3rd? He's won 2 world championships. He's usually like the best ADC at the tournaments that he goes to, or one of the best, obviously. So then you also have to consider with T1, guys, this is the team in the org with the biggest fan base, okay? They've won the most. Obviously, it's Faker who's won everything, essentially. And now we're getting into this position where Joe Marsh is giving into crazy, random, rabid fans on, one would assume, Twitter, Reddit. I don't know where he gets this information from, to the point where they're going to be putting back in Gumayusi over Smash. And that just creates a weird dynamic, though, right? So the coaching staff wanted to play with Smash. They obviously saw something in him that was maybe better for the overall team dynamic. Now, Coma is the guy that has been able to basically kind of have 6-man rosters and kind of sub in people that people like on T1 and to make the hard decision, right? Faker, EasyHoon, Blank, Peanut. You had rotating top laners like Duke, Moron, Hooney, and all the other top laners that they've had throughout the years. And he's also a guy where he's won 4 world championships. Come on, when he went to Damwon, he was 1 game away from winning both MSI that year and Worlds. So obviously he knows what he's doing. Like, you have to give him credit. Like, he knows what he's doing, right? You know, T1 hasn't won like domestic splits as much as of recently, but they're still winning most of the tournaments. They're still finishing, at least if they don't win the tournaments, like top 3, top 2, you know, like if you don't even trust someone like that with a good resume like that, I don't know who you're going to trust at that point to get shit done for you. You know, it wasn't like T1 was even really bad to split at all, despite subbing out Gumayusi. I really don't know what the actual problem is, unless he's just giving in the fans' crazy desires so much, because T1 fans are, as you guys have seen, are loony, like literally mentally deranged, right? So this is what happened first. So it came out on Dexterto and Cheap Esports. T1 have returned the 2-time world-winning ADC Gumayusi to their starting League of Legends roster after his controversial benching. The T1 CEO stepped in, overturning the coaching staff's decision himself. But Joe Marsh doesn't know jack shit about League, though. What does he know about League? Are you telling me that Joe Marsh knows more than Coma, who's gifted T1 pretty much 4 out of their 5 world championships? Right? 4? Yeah. 2013, 15, 16. 2020
4.
The only one he wasn't there for was the 2023 one. And one of the years he wasn't coaching on T1, he almost won both international events. If he doesn't know what he's doing, Joe Marsh, I'm pretty sure you do, obviously. But what did you want to say about this, man? Before he goes to the next part.
I think it's more a marketing thing. You marketed D5, but then Dave's gone. Now you're down to 4. If you take out Google, you're down to 3. You're like, oh, shit.
Think it's a sponsor angle? I think that's maybe what it is.
Oh, it definitely is.
Apparently, this team is really popular in Korea. Like, they're on K-pop levels.
They're the number one team. They're the number one org.
Yeah.
Like, when you win Worlds twice back-to-back, you kind of get that, oh, shit, ain't win the World Cup. Mm-hmm. Like, you're the flashiest team. For example, you get like T1 every time you get there about them, it's just W's. That's like they're like the Dallas Cowboys, Patriots, Steelers. They just win every time. They're always going to be in the conversation, or they're always going to be in the running for a championship. They're not like no KT that might get hot one year then disappear for like 3 years.
Someone said they disappear forever. So. Now we're at this point where Joe Marsh is stepping in to bench Smash, even though he didn't really do anything wrong to get. He didn't do anything wrong to get benched. And then now we create all these parallels. So parallel 1 with Gumayusi is now it's going to be extremely awkward him walking into that scrim room, knowing that he's only there because the CEO had to magically step in and put him back in. The American CEO in the Korean scrim room. Oh, God, that's just going to be awkward as hell. And it was the coaching's, it was Coma's, you would say Coma's and the other, I forgot their assistant coach, but it was Coma and the assistant coach's decision to bench him. Oh, no, this is just unnecessary pressure for both Gumayusi now. Because if he comes in and, keep in mind, I will give him credit. He had a rough few best of threes when he first started the split. I didn't think he was going to keep playing that bad. I thought he was just going to keep scaling up. Sometimes you play your first few games of the season, they're not that good, but later on, people generally forget those, and you're looking at towards winning the split, going to an international, and all that stuff, right? I felt like they didn't give him a chance to kind of get his form back. That was my only big concern. I was like, we're going to be throwing away a guy that just had a few bad best of threes that you didn't even lose? That's kind of weird, honestly. Well, it was the one. They lost to DK, but the rest of the ones they obviously won. But here was the PR statement they had. It's 3 pages long. Jesus Christ. You want to read this shit? Hell.
First and foremost, I want to thank you for your unwavering support as we prepare for the 2025 LTK season. Your passion and dedication fuel our team, and we are excited to defend our back-to-back world championships. With the Fields draft format remaining in place for the entire season, we anticipate new challenges ahead and are eager to take them on together. I understand that many of you have been frustrated by a silence regarding roster changes and the possibility of a 6-man lineup. Please know that this was never out of disregard for our fans, but rather due to ongoing internal discussions between management and our coaching staff as we work towards the best path forward. I have completed the trust in Becker, Coma, and the coaching staff. And
we know that's bullshit. We know that's some bullshit. There's no way he trusts them. That's complete bullshit. What a lying sack of shit.
And after extensive conversations with them, I requested that Gumayusi be part of the starting lineup, and as a result, he would be started when the regular season begins. The decision was not made lightly, but as CEO, it is my responsibility to take a long-term view and ensure the best interests of T1. While Gumayusi will be starting the season, he and Smash will be competing in practice and pushing each other throughout the year. The coaching staff will ultimately determine which player gives us the best chance to win in the long run, and that player will play. Pretty much what it's saying is we're covering.
There's more.
Shit. Okay.
There's actually more.
Okay. Gumayusi, who has been part of T1 since 2018, and his journey is a testament to hard work, dedication, and adaptability. When he first joined our main roster in 2020, his aggressive play style made him a standout talent. Over time, he adjusted his game to align with the team's needs, often to the detriment of his own personal statistics and accolades, but he never wavered in his commitment to the team's success, ultimately helping us secure back-to-back world championships. With a new roster in 2025 and significant changes to the game, our bot must once again evolve to a hyper-carry position. I have full confidence that Gumayusi can adapt and thrive in this role just as he has before. More importantly, I believe he has earned the right to prove himself once again as one of the world's best bots. I once said that Gumayusi bled black and red, and I meant that. He has been incredibly loyal to T1, and this is my way of honoring that loyalty. When we began planning for 2025, our intention was to maintain a 5-man roster. However, as the team prepared for the LCK Cup, the coaching staff made the request to test out match, and during that time, he has shown a strong performance.
I want to just point out that this happened with Teddy during that same year. And yeah, so he had a few times he was able to play on the main roster back in 2020, but it wasn't until the summer of 2021 where Teddy went to Worlds that year with T1. Gumayusi came as a backup player, right? Teddy lost one game to EDG, and then they chose to play Gumayusi for the entirety of that World Championship. That's when they lost to DK, and they made top 4. That's also when they had Kana as well. And the T1 fans were like, oh yeah, we want Gumayusi now over Teddy. Maybe this is karma, because this is kind of what happened to Teddy when he was an ADC for SKT T1 back in the day. He came in, he was really good. He showed great promise. Like, you knew that guy could be a starter for them.
Yeah.
He lost a single game. Teddy lost a single game in the group stage, and he was kicked out of the team, and he was thrown to wherever the fuck that guy's on. He's on DRX right now? Yeah, they banished that man. They banished that man to just DRX or the freaks or whatever, Like, this is... But people were fine with it when it came to Teddy back in the day. But now since it's Gumayusi, now everyone's like, oh my God, how dare you do that to my favorite ADC player? Oh my God.
I think because he won him something, that's why. And Teddy would have won him something.
Teddy didn't win the Worlds. He got them a couple domestic titles after they had their bad 2018, and he had the top 4 finishes at Worlds. That was it. I mean, it was like he won them nothing per se, but he did lose to. He was on the roster that lost to G2 twice, so he was kind of maybe on a talking block for a while.
Yeah. Losing to a Western team then, and whether that.
I mean, looking back now, that was the best Western team we ever had. So, I mean, that can't be like the worst thing ever, right? So, with that said, the decision was made that he will remain on our LCK roster for the season. We are confident in his growth and believe he has the potential to develop into an exceptional player. Good Lord, Joe Marsh, Jesus Christ. And just like the other main roster players, he will begin communicating directly with the fans through T1 membership, T1 POP, and live stream starting on the 24th. I want to address the discourse among our fans regarding roster decisions. It has been disheartening to see division within our community. Joe, you're the one that's doing it. Who did this? Joe, you're the one that's doing that. You know that, right? You're doing this. You started all of this. It's crazy how people blamed Zeus for the T1 drama in the offseason, yet this guy is still starting it right now. Gee, I wonder why Zeus don't want to stay in this fucking place, dude. Holy fucking shit. Our platforms should be a place to celebrate all of our players. Joe, these fans are fanatics of Faker. Faker could walk into a sauna and get bent over and have a girl put her tongue in his ass. These women are that weird. These people are fanatics in a very weird way.
Oh, no.
They'll give Faker a reach around if he asks for it.
Shit, that's all the people that be looking at Curious like that. Oh my, there's some borderline, FTs looking at Curious.
Oh my God. Not to create conflict. Joe, you're the one creating. I just can't stand this guy. I acknowledge that our silence, along with some missteps in timing related to roster images and sponsor commitments. If that's the issue, then just say, hey, our sponsors signed on to have this player as the face of the org, or one of the faces, because Gumayusi apparently is popular because his brother was a famous StarCraft player. Then just say that. Just say, hey, we have sponsorship commitments. And that makes sense if you already made a prior commitment that he was going to be on the team. Then just say that then. Why does it have to be this thing where now we're at this point where fucking hell, Joe, geez, just be honest. Contributed to the confusion. For that, I sincerely apologize to our loyal fans and partners. Roster changes are always met with mixed reactions, but I ask that you continue to support all 6 of our players as they strive to bring victory to T1. Thank you for standing with us. We are ready for the battles ahead and look forward to making 2025 another historic year for T1. So, guys, Joe Marsh just basically he whipped his 8-inch white cock out and said, "Hey, I'm playing the CEO card on the coaching staff, and they have to listen to me because I'm the CEO." So if Gumayusi comes back in and does not perform to the level that we know he can perform at, then this is just going to get met with extreme, backlash, honestly. That's going to be disgusting. So this only can work one way. It has to either work fantastically great, even if they don't even win the split. At least if they go to MSI, they're one of the teams representing Korea. That's fine, obviously. But literally, if that doesn't happen, they don't finish at least top 2, then now you just messed up Smash. Now you just messed with the whole team chemistry. Keep in mind, they have to play with Doran in the top lane. Faker's already got to carry a carcass. Don't let Doran play Sion ever again. I never want to see that again. It was tragic. Just good Lord, man. Holy fucking shit. And this is the thing. If T1 want to win, you're going to need something in the top lane because, as we saw with Homolife, they're looking like a best team in the world currently. So, good luck, T1. Hopefully you'll have it. And keep in mind, you still have to face Gen G. Keep in mind, Gen G.
Gen G's much worse this year. I think T1 has beaten Gen G, though.
Yeah, but this roster, keep in mind, as what Gen G has shown recently, Chovy needs to get back to his form. Kanye needs to not do crack at all. Just need to stop doing that crack.
Okay, I'm gonna do a hot take. Gen G's bot lane's worse this year than last year.
I call it? I knew it.
I think Ruler regrets.
And people never want to criticize him. I said throwing out Pays was stupid because Pays was playing better than Ruler, and he didn't do anything wrong to get removed. He didn't do anything wrong to get removed, and he was just removed because people were like, "Oh my god, he just kind of oversteps in team fights." Is that how we just replace players now because they overstep in team fights? Really? That's what we do now?
It's the whole thing where they gotta validate the reason why they get rid of you. It's like the whole thing when they Dallas.
No, but that makes no sense to remove him when he was playing fine. Paige was playing completely fine, everyone. Like them getting rid of him made no sense at all. Absolutely no sense. Just like how they got rid of the light. They got rid of the light. Now he's just putting his fist all up in their ass.
Yeah.
Oh, they got rid of it. Why?
But the light paid weird. They worked and didn't work at the same time. It was like if the comp fit pays, it worked. But if the comp didn't fit one of them, it did not work. That was the weird synergy with that.
I understand why they got rid of Peanut, because Peanut was on Gen G a long time ago when they first started. He was, good Lord, having the worst year of his career in his 10 years.
Peanut and Chovy didn't work. Kane worked better. But
because Peanut, when he came back to Gen G, he won them titles, right? But it was always at international events, they would always underperform, And it's weird because now you would think with Homolife, there's much more pressure there. But apparently there was just more pressure on Gen G to win. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's because it's Chovy's on the roster. Then, there's just more pressure there. But yeah, if Gen G and Gen G did get second on the split too. But like, if we're being honest, you guys, outside of like that DK series, that looks pretty convincing. And the finals the split for Gen G was really rough. God damn.
Another hot take. If the format was actually better, I think the top 2 teams honestly were T1 and Homolife. Those are the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
I honestly don't believe that like Gen G is better than T1.
Do you think they could bounce back with the players they have on their roster with Gen G?
Yeah, but I feel like they won't.
We would need to see some really bounce back because guys, Duro was running it down. Ruler was there apparently running his brain out. Chovy just didn't have it. It's weird. This is like the first split I recall Chovy just having a bad split. He usually has pretty great splits by being on bad teams. Chovy just wasn't even trying to play the game this time around. Just was like, all right, I guess I'm here. And I'm Canyon, as you guys know, he was doing crack. Let's just say that.
Exactly.
So what else is there to go over? Oh, first-hand takeaways, because you wanted to talk about first-hand takeaways. What's about Carmine Corp, right? So Carmine Corp coming back for the LEC 2025 spring split. They think it's just up to them and G2 to represent Europe at MSI. You think they go to MSI for the LEC?
Yep.
I mean, what happened?
No, I have no faith in Fnatic. I have no faith in them.
Oh, I wasn't having them in the conversation.
It literally comes down to Carmine Corp versus G2. Does G2 bounce back, and does Carmine Corp keep up the momentum? That's the question. Those are the main two things to take away from LEC, LEC teams. Everybody else, you're like, all right, cool.
Because with Carmine Corp, do you think they're going to be slightly burnt out because the split starts next week on Friday? They said March 28th.
I think they were already burnt out before they went into the thing.
Because you're gonna have to start scrimming. They have to start scrimming this week. You have to start scrimming at least on Monday to get ready for Friday, or one of the days you're gonna play. Because keep in mind, it's not gonna be best of ones with this split coming up. It's gonna be best of threes, right? Yeah. And it's gonna be obviously fearless because they announced that they haven't announced the team schedule. Yeah, fearless the entire year because the fans like it. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. Beside Carmine Corp for a second, which is the entirety of the viewership is just carried by co-streams now.
Yeah.
K-Drol, Ibai, Kometo, Dom, Kitty, Sneaky, Double Lift.
And it's sad because it's taken away from the actual LEC. It's like, because like the LEC, I remember they were getting like 30,000 views, but K-Drol's getting like 60.
K-Drol's more viewers in the broadcast. That's
Ibai was getting like 10, 15,000. Oh my God. He's
just yelling, rapping at the screen, spitting the hottest bars.
Yeah.
God damn. Like
plus also occasional stream, you could be cringe and not get banned.
Oh God. Remember what he did in 2023 where he wanted to go to T1's office to cheer for Weibo and them to give him a Weibo jersey? Like, bro, that's what?
No. He had a Weibo jersey. He got one. The issue. He was already streaming from the T1 thing.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He asked him who you going to root for the final. I got to root for the shot. And you've been streaming from T1's office, and then you got homeless. You became homeless, and then you were streaming at the finals because the two teams he rooted for, the one team and the one player, because he did not give a fuck about Weibo. He gave a fuck about the shot. He was like, "Oh, the shot's gonna take it home." Where he at though? Nigga, where the shot at?
That's such a fraud. I can't believe anyone rooted for that team. That team was such a fraud that year.
Oh yeah, because I remember the KJ said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna win 3-2." Man, them motherfuckers was down 2-0, wait for a 3v1 off. I remember we were watching on
Rumble. It was late, and I was like, we watched game one. I was like, "Yep, 3-0." Went to bed.
Yeah,
woke up 3-0. I was like, "Okay."
I stood up. Me and James stood up. Stood up watching. Right, it was when them motherfuckers game 3 went for a 3v1 dive on you, and they all died. I was like, "Oh yeah, pack it up. I'm going to sleep." I don't need to watch the trophy ceremony. I thought it was going to be a 3-1. I thought Weibo
literally when T1 qualified for that finals after beating JDG when people thought that was the real finals in the semis.
That was the real finals. Yeah.
No, the fucking KT versus JDG series was better than that.
Oh yeah, anything really. It was like, because it was like, I was like, Weibo, is it our fault? Anybody was going to beat NRG. It didn't matter. Weibo, it just happened to be Weibo that got him.
Yeah.
If it was T1, it would have been 3-0. If it was Genji, it might have been 3-0 in under an hour. Like, you really want to put contract versus fucking King? Or no. Dope. You want to put Dokla versus who the fuck did matter of fact, Dokla versus any top laner not named the Shy would have got smoked. And the Shy was running it down, and Dokla looked even worse. Just think about Dokla versus I forgot who's Genji's top man.
It's Doran.
Doran. Even with Doran being as Doran as he was, like NRG versus any other team would have got super smoked. Like, and NRG got the weakest Asian team, it still got 3-0. That's how much of a skill gap there is between the LCS back then and the Eastern team. The weakest, out of the 7 Western teams or the 7 Eastern teams that was in the top 8, because DK easily is the worst because
they were just giving out free wins. If we're being honest here,
like think about it. So someone says, "Oh, if Genji would probably still got smoked by Weibo, and I would have just been 3-1."
Oh, but no, you have to do the FlyQuest copium. Oh man, we brought Genji to 5 games. Did you win? You won the series, right? Did their neck blow up?
Energy was even worse. Them niggas got 3-0 smoked. 3-0. Not even. It wasn't even competition.
They qualified for top 8, beating G2. They didn't actually beat anybody serious. Like, they lost to Weibo when they fought. They went 0-4 against Weibo. 0-4.
Yeah.
Like, for Carbon Corp, when I want to bring this up with like freestand.
First stand. Carmen Corp faced probably not saying we gotta break down Team Liquid, but they faced probably the worst LPL team they could have sent.
Oh yeah.
Top Esports looking like hot ass. CFO put their.
Could you imagine a schedule like this, dude? Because you know how Carmen Corp lost their first opening games?
Yeah.
Carmen Corp ended up facing Hanwha Life over Top Esports. I don't think they mentally beat Top Esports potentially. You know? Like, imagine them going 0-3 drop and then having to face Top Esports. And, like, looking at it now, I mean, I hope Carmine Corp take whatever they learned from First Stand and do well in the LEC. I hope it's not one of those, like, oh, they finally got a title and we never heard from them ever again. Because Mad Lions won a title back in spring 2023 over G2, but they didn't really ever do anything ever again after that. Internationally, they were a fucking joke. Internationally, they were a fucking garbage joke, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just not on this. I'm not on the Kalis train, everybody. I don't think he's this great mechanical ADC everyone's making him out to be. Also, for being honest here, Carmen Corp would have done a lot better in some of those games if his laning phase wasn't absolutely atrocious. Well, him and Targamas together have a horrible laning phase, honestly. Like, it's really bad. Targamas solo throwing games constantly, but he was like, man, at least I had a few good games against a top team. All right, that's what we do now in life. We just hope we have good games. We don't just win them, right? That's the worst thing about the LTA too. It's not good enough that we could just beat more regions. No, if we beat EU, great, man. NA over EU. We finished last. Here we beat EU though. We in the state. I mean, I guess congrats. I guess.
I mean, they're not wrong. Like they didn't get screwed. They got screwed by the system. Also, they got kind of screwed by themselves for not winning more games individually. But
God, man, the Riot. I mean, First Stand's format was
absolute shit. Didn't even matter because there was one team that was clearly like if you had to tier the 5 teams, S plus Power Life.
Yeah.
B tier was CFO. Flying Horses was B tier. C tier was Carmine Corp. D tier for dog shit was Top Esports. And for F and F word, you know I can't say what I want to say. Was Team Liquid they put them in the absolute trap. Take a shit on them, fart on their damn team. Throw Umpty in the goddamn dumpster. If I was Team Liquid, I would have left Umpty right in Korea, tell him walk home.
Yeah, because later on, after Yike went down 0-2, Yike played better throughout the event. He did. Carmine Corp did bounce back. I'm not saying they didn't, but various parts of them did. I think Vladdy had a good tournament overall. Kana had a tournament better than I thought he was. He still had those games where he just completely ran it down, but he was fine. Yike got better after 0-2. Their bot lane was really just the issue, for being honest here. I'm not saying having a better one would have made a difference because, no one was beating Homolife. Guys, Homolife weren't trying. And people are like, Zeus didn't play that well. You think Zeus was trying? Man, for fun, Kale, the first time on stage in his whole career. How many games do you think he ever played with Kale on T1?
Kale, Quinn.
He didn't even think they were worthy to play his patented Vayne top. Remember, he used to play Vayne top. That used to be his thing. He used to pocket pick against melee bruisers. He didn't think they were even worthy of his Vayne top. He picked Quinn.
Now Vayne actually kind of busted.
No, but he thought they weren't even good enough to have him pick Vayne, to have him, fight them with it. He just chose Quinn. It's like, he doesn't think you guys are good. They're all for funding champions. No way they think Vladimir's a good champion. No way in hell they're picking Vladimir again. No way. Like, Homolife are literally for funding champions on stage for the first time. And Team Liquid literally couldn't even win. And people were going to be like, well, they were just trying to eliminate Top Esports for having TL win. Guys, it wouldn't have mattered if TL beat them. It wouldn't have mattered. They were going to win the tournament anyway. They just wanted to get rid of Top Esports because they don't like Top Esports because they're a different type of Asian ethnicity that they don't like.
Yeah, even that. That's what it didn't even matter because Top Esports was through fours, and then while CFO and Karma Corp went to 5 bloody ass games, motherfucking Homolife woke up tired. Top Esports because Top Esports dog shit. I woke up on that Saturday morning. I'm thinking, all right, cool. I'm getting 10 games, right? Nope. I saw 8. I was like, did Homolife? And I watched it. I was like, yep, they clapped him. All right, cool. I watched game 1 and went right back to sleep. Didn't even need to watch the last 2 because I saw how much time was on there. And I was like, I saw game 1 and I saw game 1. It was like 6 minutes of time on the video. Saw 19 minutes. I did in my head. I went and scrolled at the end. And I saw the interview because sometimes they have to fill extra time to do the spoiler shield. I was like, Top Esports got swept. All right, cool. I watched the first one. Watched Current Corp be up 2-0, almost get BDS. Come back, clutch at game 5, get Flying Oysters. I really wanted Flying Oysters to be in the finals. That was my pick.
I did too. The problem is that they freely gave up those first 2 games so badly.
Yeah.
They were kind of winning game 1 too. I think they were the second best team at the tournament, despite beating them.
No, like my top 5 is Homolife, Flying Oysters.
Just keep in mind, in the group stage, they beat everybody except Homolife.
Yep.
They beat everybody.
Like that's why I said my top 5 teams in there would have been Homolife, Flying Oysters, Karma Corp, Team Liquid, Top Esports. Top Esports was to me was the worst team. Even though they beat Team Liquid, I have more faith in Team Liquid than Top Esports. Top Esports didn't look like they wanted to be there or try. They looked like a bunch of motherfuckers that got put on the team at the last second and just told them to play. Mm-hmm. They look like dog shit. I was like, you know what? This team's trash. The Top Esports was the worst team. They didn't play like the worst team, but they were the worst team. Like, if you look at the games. Like, Team Liquid was just getting beat every way, left and right, as well as Top Esports. Top Esports just had slightly better players, but not more fight. Team Liquid had more fight, just their players are dog shit. I'm sorry. They got a jungle mids duo.
Because for Team Liquid, if we talk about them, if Team Liquid wants to win, they shouldn't be able to win another title. Because I think we have to share a spot with Brazil this time around. Oh, I don't think we do, because we're not doing a conference play this time around. So you're sending 2 NA teams. Please, for the love of God, do not send Team Liquid again. FlyQuest, Cloud9, 100 Thieves, one of those 3, please. 2 out of those 3 teams go. I can't stand looking at Team Liquid anymore. It is bad. We watched them last year throw a bunch of series against T1 constantly. We watched them at Worlds. No more. It's fine. Yeon improved a lot, became one of the best players. That's good on him. Probably one of the best ADCs in the LTA. Core JJ stopped running it down. His brain turned on. Good. But, Core JJ, given his recent level of gameplay, he's not beating any top LCK supports, for being honest here. Yeah. Impact, I don't know if he needs to retire, but definitely won't be on Team Liquid next year. I'll tell you that. I don't know what team he's going to. Don't know if he wants to play anymore, but he won't be on Team Liquid after this year. So, we know is gone. They know he's gone too, but they have to tell him, oh, yeah, we're fine. We like you. You're family. No, you're not. You're out. APA, his time is up on the roster. He's such a limited player, too. He's such a limited. Then what really threw me off was one of the drafts at First Stand, which was they gave Yeon, Ziggs, and then APA got a chance to play Corky. Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah.
The drafting was just, that shit was all bad. Building Landry's Torment on Maokai when Homolite picks 3 ADCs. Like, what are you doing? Just absolutely just giga disgusting gameplay from Team Liquid. Please, for the love of God, do not send these teams. God, no more Team Liquid. I'm fine. This team is just not doing anything internationally. All right. What else is there to go over this week? Oh, let's see. We have LEC. That Brazilian girl got to stop giving me those kissy faces. If I put my tongue in her ass. Fuck. All right. Give me 1 sec. Some guys just being Vin Diesel outside. Give me 1 moment. Anything else you wanted to go over, actually?
No, pretty much. No, pretty much. The main thing. Okay, that's it. Now we already discussed all the teams that First thing could do to get better, but honestly, trying to remember. No, because the LTA just I don't know. This upcoming LTA split is going to be rough.
All right, so let's go over this. Good Lord. What is that outside? Sorry about that. This is a guy that comes around on his little tiny motor scooter and just man, fucking hate louding just like that. LEC, mark your calendar from next week onwards. The LEC start time will move 1 hour earlier to 5 p.m. CET on the triple best of
Central European time?
Yeah, Central European time.
Okay.
On the triple best of 3 days, the LEC will start at 2 p.m. Central European time. The spring split returns on Saturday, March 29th. We will see you there. So let me mark this down to see, because we're starting the spring split on Saturday, right? So that means the LTA is going to be running that same weekend as well. Europe goes into Monday. The LCK usually starts on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So if the LCP or the LCK have games, we'll go over those. I'll try to watch the LCP a lot more, or at least watch the games that CFO are playing. But no guarantees there. I know I'm messed up on not watching a lot of LPL this past split, but I'll try and make sure that's better moving forward. I think the first series coming up is Genji Hanwha Life for the LCK when they start. Let me see if it's up right now. I'm pretty sure. Hanwha Life is going to win that series. If I had to predict for one for right now, let's see. We're having MSI in Vancouver. Good Lord. Jeez. All right. Home. Other league. Anything else happen in Pokemon, actually?
Besides the points, the ace trainer points where it's like
down.
You gotta get 200 points in order to get this special promo card. I'm like, all right, cool. Don't really care.
We do have games coming up Saturday at 1 a.m. God. So there's, good God.
LPL round one. Best. It's literally just a bunch of best of ones. There's a bunch of teams.
Best of ones. Oh God, Riot. We're going back to best of ones.
But look, it looks like they're just playing each other. It's look like.
Do they have any groups? Oh yeah, I think it's group play for them as well. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. So, what games out of here do you want to cover that we need to watch? Well, we're gonna watch the BLG ones probably.
Yeah, BLG. Pretty much all of them, really. Not gonna watch it. We can watch all of it because it's BL1s.
It's way easy.
We're talk about the overall,
Yeah. We'll go over. Okay, so we'll do the BLG ones for sure. EDG. Jesus Christ. Good Lord, how the mighty have fallen. Well, yeah, we'll definitely cover the BLG B games. So BLG, EDG, BLG World Elite, BLG Weibo. Oh, I can't. No, not BLG Weibo. Is it BLG Weibo in here? No, BLG, EDG, BLG, Weibo. Yeah, I was right. And then BLG World Elite. God, I have to stomach myself watching Weibo more. Oh, kill me. IG with the Shy and Rookie? Who they face? Oh, the JDG one's pretty spicy. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's going to be wild. I hope JDG fucking curb stomps the shit out of them. Holy shit. All right, what else is here? Do I have any more leagues? I'm all checked off. When does the LC... Okay, so you have all the LPL right there.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be game. For me, it starts at 4 a.m. Saturday. Till like 9, and the last one should start around 9. Sunday is IG.
No matches scheduled.
LNG, yep. 7 o'clock in the morning, JD versus IG. That means I should be getting up to go to the bathroom at that point, and then I wake up, sit around, watch IG get the whole like shit curve stopped in. And go
okay, right I guess that's what we have. So just let me know which LPL games you want to cover, and then outside of the BLG ones, outside of that day, and then we'll just go over those then. Definitely cover the IG JDG one. That's pretty interesting right there.
Oh yeah.
Doinby was like, man, all these LPL mid laners are doing everything wrong. Comes back, wins MVP. Chad.
Yeah.
Just straight Chad. Don't have many people that can do that. Oh God. But yeah, we're going to end up heading out of here in just one moment. As you guys know, we won't be having an episode of the Cloud9 podcast coming up this Sunday because, you know, going to be taking just one day off before we start the full spring season for the 2025 spring splits for all the major regions. So when we come back on Thursday, we'll cover the LPL games that we wanted to watch. So we'll probably cover a good 3-4 of them actually. Anything else you want to say before we head out? Actually,
nah, I should be doing a bunch of videos tomorrow because I took the day off just to get some rest. I was not feeling well all week. I was literally at work struggling.
Yep.
I was like, I got Thursday, and they asked me, do I want to do the pre-release tomorrow? I was like, I forgot I signed up. I signed up just to think no one was going to fill out the spots. And then he did. I was like, yeah, no, you did me off. I already did it on Saturday. I'm doing the other pre-release this weekend.
Yep.
I'm sleeping in tomorrow. Getting up, get lunch, work out, go back to sleep. Videos in the morning as soon as I wake up. I realize I do videos better in the morning, but I'm so tired. I want to save as much energy as I have to go to work. That when I take a day off, I can just crank out like 6 videos because I'm like, all right, cool, done. Go for a walk, come back, and then boom, I'm energized. It's like, you know.
Are you going to be doing any more Pokemon market watches for the week? Or are you just getting you're going to record 2 of them and then just release them simultaneously?
No, I record once a week. I record the market watches once a week because the market doesn't change enough, but now it's just too volatile where I'm like, I don't want to put out a video and then I know the video's old. I'm like, gosh, okay. That's why what I usually do is if I put out a market watch, if I do a market watch, it usually out within 48 hours of when the video was made. I got one where I did the set discussion. That one I did like a week ago. That one's gonna be out Saturday, and then I realized why. Oh, I found out why that video, that one I got 1,000 views, hit so hard. People like it when you tell the truth about shit. That video, I can't duplicate that video unless I wait for the next set to come out because I discussed about the pricing. The only way I can duplicate it if I talk about another set and why that shit got bought out. And this is what I realized. If I go to Prismatic Evolution and I go to Surgeon Works, I can probably get those same numbers. But I cannot duplicate that on any other video because that video was mainly me shitting on that set, and people loved it. I went into the Discord. I was like, "Why did you guys like this video so much?" Because you were actually being honest and telling them not to buy this dog shit of the set. You said buy singles. Most casual players, or most collectors will tell you about product. You told us as a former collector that's also a player to buy singles. And most people fuss with me just off that alone. I'm like, boom. Plus one of the bigger PokeTubers or YouTubers, like, oh, now okay, and I had numbers to come with it because people doing the math. It's like, how the motherfucker do this and that? I had a calculator on the other same calculator as I was reading it. That's why I was doing the math as I was going. That's why there was markup of 300, 400% on product. You want me to tell people to buy this shit? No. This is why I tell people, go to your that second video. When I tell people go to the pre-release, that's why that one got hit. That one didn't carry as much. I was more about the pre-release promo. I was telling people in the first one, go to your pre-releases if you have them within you, near you. Make sure you have space for other players too, because it's going to be one of those very limited sets. But if you're able to buy product, and they're like, oh, we're selling pre-release kits. If some, not all stores do it, but some do. If you're able to buy pre-release kits, that's why I'm going up tomorrow. If you're able to buy pre-release kits, it's like, oh, we got 5 left. I'll raise my hand immediately. Right here. Take my money. That fry meme, take my money. Take my money. I need them cards. I need them. Like, I need them cards. Nope. I'll gladly spend my money to get more product. That's MSRP. Because I know the minute that
do you have any for Pokemon locals that are upcharging people for sealed product now?
Man, all the locals are upcharging. They're upcharging. They know that the demand is there. If the demand wasn't there, it should be MSRP.
Yeah.
The demand's too damn
Remember when people were charging like $20 for the good Yu-Gi-Oh structure decks that ended up becoming like really, really good, even though they're only charged like it's supposed to only be like $10.
$10, $11.
Yeah.
The reason why Yu-Gi-Oh would never be Pokemon in the way it is, because shit either gets banned or it gets rotated out because of how decks are in Yu-Gi-Oh. It's how the meta is in Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh can never be Pokemon because Pokemon has a collectability about it. Yu-Gi-Oh doesn't anymore. It did at one point, but it doesn't. Even the QCR, they ain't really worth shit. Like, unless it's a specific card, you gotta have to wait years for it. Pokemon, you can wait weeks for that shit. Like Umbreon's the most expensive card. I just pulled the Umbreon Prismatic Evolution promo from the surprise box. That's just $70. Like,
oh, I want to let you guys know, because I told Chaz this as well. That style of video that I've been talking about doing for a while pertaining to comic books, I did finally do it. And it's going to be coming out Friday, actually. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And I'll be continuing to do it. Currently, right now, I'm working on just doing it once or maybe twice a week. But you can look forward to at least being it once a week. It was fun doing it again. It felt kind of good after I did it. But then again, I want to do it for Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Whenever I start that channel up again at some point. But that's pretty much it.
Okay, someone asked me, "Well, I'll do Yu-Gi-Oh videos again." I'm like, maybe not. I know next Yu-Gi-Oh video will probably be baneless and being discussed about it. Wow, this might be my last baneless video I do, or might be my last Yu-Gi-Oh video I do. Like, because I'm too detached from Yu-Gi-Oh where I'm getting most of my information from like other people. All I do know, the ones I can talk about, is why Yu-Gi-Oh is harder than Pokemon. While both of them, Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon, have their own issues, Yu-Gi-Oh issues are a lot worse than Pokemon. Pokemon is more of Pokemon doing it to themselves. Yu-Gi-Oh's is they established that's how they're going to do it, and they have no sense of changing it unless you do something about it. It's like Rogue Hero says, Rogue Hero says one thing, but it's like, Rogue, the issue is this: you're still paying for product, you're still buying product. If you stop buying shit, if you stop going to tournaments, You start hitting them where it hurts, but it's not just you. It's got to be a bunch of people.
I don't think they would change even because of that. They're so stuck in their ways. I think even if people just didn't buy product or that much,
first of all, blanks. Don't forget the L, Miss
L. No, you got the L right. God.
She gonna fuck around and get a D in her.
No, I'm gonna pull it out. God damn. Oh, what was I gonna bring up? Oh, because because given what we know about shops, because they order from the distributors and the person that makes the shit gives it to the distributors so they can buy it from the fucking person that makes it, the publisher, and the shops get it. Like, because come on, Konami's always getting their money up front. Like, what's the incentive to change though? Because I would imagine, I'm pretty sure it works like this the same way in comic books. Let's say you go in your local comic book, not comic shop, your LCS, and you buy a booster box or something. I'd pretty much bet that it works in the same way it does in comic books, where Konami doesn't get a piece of that at all because they already bought. Because remember, guys, the shop buys it from the distributor. The distributor buys it from them to sell it to the comic book shops. Like, I don't know if people actually know how that stuff works, though. It is kind of one giant pyramid scheme. That is what it kind of is. I did have a shop owner on the show last Wednesday, actually. I'm pretty sure it works the same in Yu-Gi-Oh! I could talk to V about it. So I know if he's around, I can talk to him about it. I have another shop friend as well. I can talk to him about it, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And the reason why I'm bringing up that structure, guys, is because people think like, oh, if you stop buying products, it'll hurt their wallet. It really doesn't, though. This shit's already paid for. That shit's already paid for.
The reason why going to the store for the
you start going to stores, the stores go out of business because they need you to go there because they're at their places how the grassroots scene gets built.
No,
if there's no shops.
No. Actually, it doesn't. If they have multiple games they serve at that store, that game just disappears. Like my locals used to have Yu-Gi-Oh tournaments. They haven't had Yu-Gi-Oh tournament months because no one comes anymore.
Oh yeah. That's the thing. If people don't go and buy the product from the shops, they have no incentive to pick it up, so they don't.
But if no one shows up to even play, there's no stuff.
Yeah, and then that's just one thing off their order they can take off. Like, how do people think leaks happen? The reason why leaks happen is because the shop owners, they know they can't leak it themselves because I'm pretty sure there's like contracts. The reason why you can't do it, you get a catalog 2 months beforehand, and they know what's coming out. And then I'd imagine they kind of do the whole thing of leaking it to people, leaking it to their friends, and that's how you have all these situations coming up where they know what's coming out way in advance. They just can't tell you. Like V knew all that shit coming up. He just couldn't tell us he knew that because, reasons, right? Yeah. Like these shop owners know exactly what's coming out. I mean, one of the guys just laid it out. I knew all that was happening because we talked to V. When we asked him these questions, he never answered, but he was like, it's like before. He's like, no, but we know now.
And when there's certain questions, I was like, okay, he knows, he just can't tell us. All right, cool, that makes sense. Like as a vendor, it's like as a former vendor, it's like when I can't like get product because the shit is overpriced. Now I got someone I had to get to buy product, and now I'm going step by step. It's like and that's said to you either have no more capital to buy sets or you have no more what's like people ask me what's worse, no demand or no supply? No demand. If you have a bunch of product that no one wants to buy, you're out of both things because you can't move something that no one wants to purchase and you can't return it. Like once you buy it, it's like final offer in a sense. It's like you can't return something to make more capital. You have to sell it at a loss. Once you sell it at a loss,
that's even worse, right? So players don't know. I'm pretty sure card game players and comic book shop people don't know this as well because I've talked to people that know it. Essentially, when you touch that product, you're the fourth person that has it. They're just banking on there being enough people to buy said product from the shops to keep them alive. If enough people keep the shops alive, the shop gets enough cash flow to buy it from the distributors, and they can buy obviously that shit from Konami, Or I'd imagine and keep in mind, it's not just one product they have to buy, it's several cases. Now, we know now that a lot of shops don't really get as many cases. Remember, we had that Ruxin video we EFAP'd a while ago, long time ago, where some shops only get one case or two cases. But keep in mind, let's say you get one case. What if that set is so bad you only sold a box out of that shit? Just a box, and struggle to get that one box sold. That happens a lot too. Like I remember when they re-released LOB, Legend of Blue Eyes, that was the best-selling set they had said. Guys, LOB came out in 2001, something like that. Fucking hell. It was like, it's LOB. I get it, but LOB should not be outselling shit that comes out now. It really shouldn't be, given how much fucking gaps of years in Yu-Gi-Oh there is, But you put a conch in your ass? What the hell? I'm having trouble sleeping last night. Thought of Chaz saying, "Relax, Michael, relax." Rare occasion. No, I was just talking about the local shop situation. I mean, I'm pretty sure it works the same way because I've seen very similar ways it's worked. So if it works the same similar way that I'm thinking about, Konami just never changes. Then they're always getting paid up front. That's the system. The system is a kingmaker and a bunch of fucking jesters at the bottom who play. And someone said, well, don't they run events at a loss? So they probably do. They probably, I mean, I don't know their financials based on events or regionals. I don't know that. I mean, given the fact that they still do them, I would imagine that shit is subsidized by someone else in their company. I'd imagine it's not Konami TCG paying all that shit. I imagine it's the OCG counterpart paying all that shit. But, it's ran at a loss, but someone else is paying for it. But I guess they're fine with taking a loss if they feel like, hey, there's going to be a big return on the players that have increased throughout time. But do we think that's happened, honestly? I mean, keep in mind, they might make a lot of money through this Duel Links and Master Duel, which apparently make a lot of money for them. I imagine they would. Like, Duel Links was big for a long time. I imagine it's still relatively making them quite a bit of money, honestly. But that's pretty much it for that. WZ says, like about the ladies, ranking them. Oh, my goodness. Ranking the women. We did rank women by their ethnicity. Gosh.
Yeah. Whew. That was canceled 3 times over.
Oh, gosh. Selena left us that night after we ranked black women.
Yeah.
Oh, God. But yes, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the Cloud9 podcast. We'll be back with another episode of the Cloud9 podcast next Thursday around 7:30 p.m. PST. And after that, we'll have games to talk about. So you guys can look forward to that. Get one day off and then full on into spring season. So have a great weekend, and we will